All right. Hello and good morning, Sean. How are you today?
I'm amazing. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You are welcome. I'm super excited to chat with you today. You have a great resume. So, if you don't mind, a touching base on your resume, on your professional experience, and let's simply take it from there.
Absolutely. So from my resume, my most current position, I'm not there right now, but my most current position was a leasing manager for Highmark, where I assisted in managing and leasing a 300 unit property. Well, actually, it's two properties across the street from each other, sister properties. So that was my most recent role. I did that for about 4 years.
Mhm.
Like I said, the only reason I am um, leaving that job is for relocation. Previous to that, I've worked with Hollow Metal. It's a door and frame company where I was the shipping and receiving manager for that company. The only reason I left that company is because he sold that company, the owner, Norris. Prior to that, I worked for the large beer distributor J.J. Taylor as an operations coordinator. It was basically I was the right-hand man or assistant to the operations director. In that role, I managed a 1.5 million inventory of beer, and also was the liaison between the um, HR staff and the warehouse staff. So I was just like a go-between, for pay, vacation scheduling, things like that.
That's incredible. And thank you for sharing your professional background with me. That was a
Mhm,
great introduction. Looking at your resume, and a few things that actually stand out to me is your
mhm.
tenure at these previous roles. So, for example, at Highmark Residential, you were there for about 4 years or so. Hollow Metal, you were there for about 7 years. And then also at JJ Taylor, you were there for about 7 years. For me, that just shows that you are loyal, that you are definitely one who's looking for a long-term position and not kind of seeking what's best for you. So that definitely stands out to me. If you don't mind, Sean, can you tell me a little bit about what your day-to-day looked like at Highmark Residential as operations manager?
Absolutely. So my day to day, I would open up the morning by opening up the office, making sure it was nice and tidy, smelled good, presentable to any prospective residents. After that, I would check my emails to make sure if I had any urgent messages that came in overnight from residents or corporate. And then I would begin just my day of reaching out to prospects and doing follow-ups with the CRM to ensure that I can get steady traffic. Um, After we would open, about an hour later, I would receive traffic in the office and manage that to include resident issues, leasing, and also helping with vendors.
That's perfect. One thing, if I heard correctly, was you were dealing with prospects. So were you dealing with prospects in the sense that you were they leads, cold leads, warm leads, or personnel who are walking in seeking an apartment? Was that what you were referring to with prospects?
Yeah, so the leads, of course, we use a CRM knock, but those sometimes would be traffic directed from the website. No real cold calling because of course, a lot of that traffic would be from Rent Cafe or Zillow or things like that. But I did have a lot of walk-ins, and the property was a very familiar old property in Lakeland, so a lot of people just knew about it and would just come in and stop by.
Perfect, perfect. So those warm leads to where you really just had to solidify the process, ultimately not really had to sell the apartment nonetheless. That sounds perfect. Now, you mentioned to me the system, the CRM system that you use for that. I want to touch base on any other leasing or property management systems that you've used at all. I'm really referring to perhaps a Yardi. Have you ever used Yardi at all or Entrata?
Absolutely. I do not have experience with Entrada, but I do have extensive experience in Yardi and also One Site.
Perfect. That's amazing. How about HubSpot at all? Do you have any experience with HubSpot?
No,
No worries.
not right off the top of my head, not
That's okay.
HubSpot, but Canva for
Yep.
marketing. I have used that, of course, Rent Cafe, to name some. Of course, with
Yep.
the leasing, Blue Moon. Yes.
Perfect. So you're familiar with Canva for the marketing. That sounds awesome to me. And as far as any other systems that you've used, if would you mind sharing that with me? For example, you can be, Microsoft, Google, Workplace as well. Tell me about those systems, spreadsheet, Excel. Tell me about some systems that you've used ultimately.
Yes, I have long experience. I am a military veteran. I actually learned those Microsoft suites early on, about 21 years old when I was doing that. But yes, I have
Awesome.
I'm very experienced with Microsoft, to include Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Access.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that with me. Now, we know that you're looking for a new position. So, when you think about the next role that you're in, I would say the next ideal role for you, what does that look like ultimately?
Ultimately, it's a role where I can uh, display my skills, my knowledge, and grow with the organization. I'm looking for something long term, an industry where that I can just get into, learn, and grow.
Absolutely. That sounds amazing. And we know the holidays are coming up, Sean. Do you have any time that you are going to be taking off from work within the next month or so that we should know about?
No. I just moved here, like I say, from Lakeland area. So I'm just getting settled in really good. My family and stuff, they're already around here in the Plant City, local
Awesome.
Hillsborough area. So there's no need for me to take off right now.
Well, that sounds great. And I know we touched base on this question before we jumped on to our interview, but just so we all know, how soon were you looking to start a new position?
I'm looking to start a new position immediately. I am available immediately.
That is great. Well, Sean, I just want to thank you for the time that we spent this morning. I just want to ask you to stick on the line with me really quickly. I want to chat with you.